Hey guys, welcome back. So today we have a very important public service announcement. If you've been on social media, you'll know that many news sources out there are saying that we have an alien ship approaching Earth. This is no small alien ship, folks. They're saying this thing's up to like 7 miles in size. It's bigger than Manhattan. It's on a weird trajectory, and scientists that haven't been peer-reviewed yet, but there seems to be an awful lot of credibility being placed in these reports, are saying that it's an invasion ship, or maybe a big 7-mile probe. And it doesn't matter that it's only moving about 60 kilometers per second. It would take it millions of years to get to our solar system from the closest solar system, Alpha Centauri. That's not important. They really think these are aliens that are coming, but I also have an admission to make. All right, look, when I was a much younger man, I got abducted by a guy that looked an awful lot like that. And it really made me angry because they ate my dog. And so I've been on a mission to eat one of them. And so I've used a protocol developed by Dr. Greer called CE5. And I sit out here and I meditate with a laser pointer and I call these alien ships in. And for 2 years, I've been asking for a 7-mile-long alien ship to come invade us. So I have lots of chicken to eat, or maybe it tastes like chicken. We don't know yet, but we will find out. But in today's video, we want to talk about what weapons you're going to have to bring to the fight to survive this alien invasion. So we're going to start off with the Bison at home. This is a Palmetto State Armory 9mm cool gun with a Bison-like cylindrical magazine on it. That's not over 30 rounds, YouTube. It's really just 30 rounds in there. But anyway, you'll want something like this because capacity, folks, is going to be a lifesaver. Check this little guy out. See? That bug-eyed gray thing down there didn't stand a chance. And you don't want to give them a chance because we don't know if they want to eat us too. A lot of folks ask me, how can I get involved in the firearms business in that particular community? And one of the best ways to do that is to become a gunsmith. Every gunsmith I know is just overbooked with work. It's a very good living. And so if you would like to become a gunsmith, you need to go to a gunsmithing school or become an apprentice for an existing gunsmith. But Modern Gun School is an accredited college that also works with veterans in the GI Bill, where you can go and get a degree from accredited college in gunsmithing and then go out and start your own gunsmithing business, which I think is a really great option. Again, throughout my entire life, gunsmiths have always been able to earn a really good living, assuming they have a really strong work ethic. So please check out Modern Gun School. I do have a link in the video description below. All right, look, guys, these aliens, I've seen them before. They maybe weigh 60 pounds soaking wet, but they have technology. And it's that technology we may have to work around. You ever see the movie Independence Day? Technology, shielding. Now, what if these things have like little personal shield generators like in Dune? And they can stop kinetic energy weapons, but kinetic energy will push little noodle-leg creatures over that are gray with big bug eyes. So if you could just knock them over with something like this, then you can jump on them and mount them MMA style and beat the life out of them and have a good chicken dinner. So Genesis 12 is the shotgun I'm holding here. Now, I probably shouldn't say this publicly, but I did have a private conversation with the manufacturers, and they were well aware of the alien threat that was coming, and that's one of the reasons why they developed this shotgun. They needed something small, light, and handy that was reliable, that you could quickly change magazines, use everything from birdshot to buckshot, and even has a Ventum suppressor on it. Now, this thing will knock these little noodle-legged aliens right over. Check this out. And I would say that thing weighs more than a noodle-legged alien, and I still knocked it over. Kinetic energy wins the fight, folks. All right, when you knock these aliens over, folks, like I said, I got a feeling they taste like chicken. I don't know from firsthand experience, because I think it might be illegal to shoot one if you catch one on your property. I don't know what the laws are, but I'm just saying if you did get one, they may taste like chicken. Again, I don't know from personal experience yet, but I found some of this great stuff that might taste good on aliens, and it's called Willie Pete chicken seasoning. And it's kind of a take on the Willie Pete, white phosphorus hand grenade. But what you do is you take a little bit of this after you get your fresh kill, and you just sprinkle a bit of this on your alien. You just kind of rub it in gently. You don't want to push too hard. And you don't want to overcook alien meat, I mean, in theory, because it's just like buffalo meat, probably, where if you cook it too much, it becomes very chewy and very hard. You want to cook it very lightly. So if you like, I don't know, like medium or maybe rare steaks, that's probably the way you should cook your alien. But boy, this stuff smells good. Yep, and that's how you get ready for alien barbecue. All right, guys, look, as I've said already, surviving this alien invasion is going to rely a lot on capacity. Some energy, of course, but capacity. Now, one of the things that I would definitely want in a fight with aliens is something that's a little bit sneaky. Something like this 5.7 AR-57 rifle. And why do I like this? Well, it has the fire controls of an AR-15, which I'm very familiar with, uses P90 magazines, which are commonly available, shoots the 5.7, which, guys, let's be honest, right? It's the 5.7 is basically just a 5.56, right? Like here's 5.56 and there's 5.7. I mean, you can barely tell them apart. So if you're 100 yards away hiding behind a car or something, I'm going to get you. Engine block, I'm going to get you.
And I went from carrying a mid-sized compact to this, which is an FN 5.7. This shoots a rifle round. This is a 40 grain bullet that travels at 3,000 feet per second. This is going to zip through anything. It's like, oh, cool, you're hiding behind a car. I don't care. I'm still going to get you. Neat, you're wearing body armor? Also, don't really care because this is going to get you.
Because it's really a miniature death ray. And we all know the 5.56 is a death ray. So that's what's so cool about it, because in theory, now this one only holds 30 rounds, YouTube, but in theory, some of these magazines can hold more than 30 rounds. And again, it goes back to that capacity thing. Now, with the suppressor on here in the 5.7, which is relatively quiet, I can sneak up on these little guys and dome one of them, and then keep the other one alive and hold him at gunpoint and make him fly me all over the solar system before I eat him, of course. And so you really want something that's quiet, low recoil, lightweight, and then you don't really leave any evidence behind just in case there is some sort of a federal law against cooking and eating these things. And so what's cool about this is this looks like a standard 5.56 magazine, but you'll notice the feed lips are shaved off. That's because this thing feeds from the top and ejects down through the bottom through the magazine well of a standard AR-15 lower, so it catches your empty cases. Check this out. All right, Mr. Alien, I'm coming to get your ship. He never even heard it coming. Ah, dang it. It doesn't lock open. But check this out. See? Stealth. Sometimes stealth will put chicken on the table. Now, as I said, capacity is king. Now, this is a rifle from Desert Tech, and this is their lower and their new upper that uses, in some cases, 53 round magazines, but these are only 30 round magazines. And yeah, on top of it, I have an electronic sight that sees in the infrared spectrum. And it's definitely not a thermal. It's just an infrared sight. YouTube has a real problem with thermals. But this setup would allow you, if you were using the higher capacity magazines, the 53 rounders, and if you were using an actual thermal sight, not just an infrared sight like I have here, then you'd really have something to fight that alien scourge with. And this is like a perfect rifle. Now, you can also use these quad stack magazines, but then you got adapters you can throw in there that'll use standard Stanag magazines, so it gives you some compatibility if you're working with special operations communities and things like that while you're hunting these aliens. But check this little thing out. This is pretty cool. And looks like we're recording here. And yeah, very cool gun. Now, most of this video has been tongue-in-cheek and just me kind of being a little bit silly, but it's time to get serious, folks. Look, when this alien threat arrives, it's probably best to deal with that threat at distance. Don't let these little things get too close to you. They have all sorts of weird technology. They can shrink your head or something, or there's that whole alien probe thing you don't want done. I hear that's really horrible. And so you want to deal with these things at distance, and you're going to want a good rifle for that. Now, the AR-10 makes an outstanding choice. This one's in .308. This is a Lester, Mike, and Terry sharpshooter, LMT. And it's, you know, one of those rifles that the UK has adopted as a military service rifle, but that's not important. What's important is it shoots a big old 30 caliber pill. And I also have a not a silencer surefire suppressor on the end of it, so I can be a little bit stealthy. They won't know where the first one or two shots come from, which gives me the advantage, especially if I'm trying to take over that alien craft, or if I'm trying to cook them up with some of this Willie Pete's, you know, this is chicken seasoning, but it's pretty good. Now, as I've already said, folks, it's not like I know for a fact what aliens taste like. I've not turned Indian jerky or anything like that. Again, it goes to the whole federal law thing. I mean, I know there's laws against shooting Bigfoot. We haven't proved that he exists yet either. But yeah, if you do shoot one of them, spice them up, dry them out, and I'm pretty sure you'll like how they taste. And that's purely theoretical. All right, so with Lester, Mike, and Terry here, let's do a little shooting at 100 yards. Here's that alien threat. Neutralized. Threat. Neutralized. Oh, this is fun. You kind of start looking forward to things like this. I mean, bring it on, you little crazy looking things. And look, folks, these are aliens in the classic sense that they're coming from the sky. I don't think they have H-1B visas or anything like that, and they're probably here illegally, and ICE might be going after them too. So if you're going to get in there and try to get yourself some chicken meat, you're going to have to get in the fight early, I think. Yeah, that would definitely do it. Now, look, I've covered off on a few different types of firearms in today's videos, but look, this is America. We have more guns than people in this country, and I'm sure there's some things out there that you would use in this alien invasion. Let me know in the comments down below what your preferred choice of defensive armament or even offensive armament, if you're looking to get a free ride on one of these alien ships. Let me know what you guys would choose. This is just some of the stuff that I personally would use. Now, look, you can go with semi-automatic belt feds, but those are kind of lame. Just go with the magazine fed something or other. But hey, if you want to support us here at the Military Arms Channel so we can continue to bring you PSAs like this, so we can help you in the case of a future alien threat, please consider becoming part of our Patreon family. There's a link in the video description below. Also, right here on YouTube, you got the thanks and support button underneath the video player you're watching right now. Mash either one of those buttons, as long as you have 5 fingers and not 3 like an alien, and you can help support us right here on YouTube. Thank you for 17 years of support. Swing by, check out Copper Custom. We'll talk to you guys soon.